And welcome back, everybody, to another modded Let's Play. Ooh, look, we got a little soul flying in the background from Forbidden Arcanist. But yeah, uh, this time, now that we have ended, or officially ended, Soul Rend, we are going to give Cisco's adventure a shot. I have played it way back in the past. I believe it has been almost a year and some change since I last played it, so there might have been quite a few updates, but I did want to give it a go just because I really enjoyed Soul Rend and the leveling up RPG aspect of it. So we are going to give this one a shot and see how it fares. Of course, I don't want to compare the two just because they are two different uh, like versions. Because one's 120, this one's 119. So there are going to be some mechanics that are slightly different and some blocks missing, but for the most part, it's going to be the same. And I'm not too sure if 119 was one of those patches or time frames where there was a lot of mods made for it. All I do know is that 120 does have a ton of content, and it seems like people are going to continue to keep adding content for that update, aka me as well. I am working on stuff for that update or that version, so I don't know when it'll stop or how much more you could get from it. But yeah, uh, let's see what this has to offer. One of the nice things about Cisco's is that we do have what's called a vein miner, which is super nice, and looks like we can get some apples from these trees. So, let's collect some material, and then, oh, I like this crafting table. Looks really nice. Let's see. Got some coal over here, and some dacite. Okay. I have never been to this biome before, so this is all new to me. I wonder if this can be used as normal stone. I hope so. Whoops. Yep, looks like it. Sweet. I know a lot of people are gonna say, why not just use it? And you know what? You are right, I forgot. We do have vein miners, so I could just break it, collecting everything. Interesting. Wonder where we collected it from. Just all teleported here. But yeah, uh, looks like this is a decent material, so we might experiment making some buildings out of different blocks. How I said, Soul Rend, because of the texture pack, I wasn't too convinced in trying to continue building. That's just my preference. I'm not really good at building in general, and I do wish to improve, but first I would like to learn how to build using the normal texture pack first before I attempt to switch it up. So that's just my decision as to why I kind of ended that series a little bit earlier than what I would have liked, but don't worry, I will do my best to make this series at least a minimum of, let's say, 24 episodes. So double the length. So that means to double it, we're going to have a lot of content, and because some of the mods here are a little more unrestricted, aka we could use a lot more features, we should be able to do something about it. I do know that apotheosis here is not restricted, aka we can make a mob spawner farm and do some pretty cool stuff with it. Especially since we do have the leveling system here once again. And this time around, I'm pretty sure you do need XP with a combination of slaying creatures to be able to unlock points. So this one's kind of the same, but this time you gotta buy your skill points with XP and slays before you could allocate it. Here, these are the different classes. So here we got Shield Maker, Excavation, Spearmint, Thrift, Magic Flow, and Ambrosia Fruit. I've never really experimented with the magic side in this mod pack. So if there is magic stuff, I don't really see anything. Oh well. But yeah, we could go this route just like last time, where we go enchanting, and then we could increase our damage with normal enchants, or we could come over here and start on this side, which should get us into increasing our base stats on gear. Let's see. I think I might be interested in this side. Let's see. So after a few points, because I'm certain, or do we start here? Okay, I think we start here. So if we start here, increase durability, that's nice. And then if we go this route, we could add damage, or if we go this route, that's an additional 4 plus 25% if shield, and then that's another 325 attack speed. What about this side? This side will give us crits. Interesting, interesting. And then of course we could also boost our armor. You know what? I think I will start on the blacksmith side this time around compared to last time where we were a spell sword and did enchanter. This mod also has those classes. The class that I did choose was the paladin. It does have a slight negative modifier in respect to going to the nether. Our movement speed will be decreased. So to combat that, we are going to want a gem that has swiftness to allow our boots to make us walk faster, just to help combat that little aspect of the game. So, yeah, visiting the nether is gonna be a little tedious, but nice. But I'm pretty sure we can manage that pretty well on our own. Okay, let's get back up there and see if we can get some more apples. Let's see, besides that, if we do press G, because we do have a innate ability in a sense, we will be able to heal and yeah, get resistance for about 10 seconds, which is super nice. Okay, cool. Okay, there's some more up there. Let's just get all these guys real quick. Get food. I don't know if we'll be able to stumble into a village or some animals, so makes sense to get as much as we can. Okay, let's see, minimap. I only see a singular sheep. Maybe they're bunched up and I can only see one on the map. And then a squid. So we'll head in that direction and acquire ourselves some wool. Okay. And then at night, I guess I'll go over the quests system or what's available, just so that I do not take up too much time in the early game trying to see what there is, and we could kind of wait out the night in the fact that we might be able to go explore a little bit more and pick an area for our starter home, which I don't know about you guys, but I usually just dig a nice little hole in the ground and I use that for a while before I set something up. Okay, so mossy stone. Okay, where did my sheep go? I swear I saw a sheep. And it is locked, so what's going on? Oh, I'm just blind. My bad. Oh, cool thing is, in Soul Rend we did have epic fights, and I'm pretty sure that's what enabled those crazy attack animations. Here in Cisco's, we are utilizing better combat, which doesn't really change how you attack like before. It's just here you swipe side to side and do a little stab when you're attacking. I don't think any of those crits. I think it has the normal crit system, or might have been reworked. I'm not too sure. I don't know too much about it. Okay, so we are going into night. Let's check out the map. Ooh, there's a structure down south. So I think I'll come up here, slay some animals, and then head down that way. So this way. Yeah, so combat is pretty cool. In here we do have Corel tombstones, which I'm pretty sure we could get that ruthless enchant, which is pretty solid, just because it allows us to increase our crit chance, and if we get our crit really high when we are auto attacking and get it over, I think 200%, then every auto attack will count as a technical 2 attacks. So that's going to be fun to mess around with. So let's see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna slay these mobs. It's probably gonna get dark, and then I'll head down. And then when it's light out, I'll go over some of the stuff that's in the mud. I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, so I just remembered I did have some wool. As for how long I stayed up at night, it was just enough to slay the remaining cows and a couple pigs that were nearby, as well as take out a few skeleton spiders and zombies. And yeah, what the hell was that? Okay, that was pretty close to a good jump scare if I say so myself. But yeah, looks like we are in normal biome. Let's see, where is it? Yep, normal Minecraft taiga. And so far, I think we might call this area a place where we might build our base. Just because I do like the normal Minecraftiness of it, but there's also this old growth pine, which I'm curious as to know if that is a mossy cobble. Because if it is, we'll debate. We'll debate. You know what? Actually, I want you guys to let me know where you want me to live. In this taiga or this one. This one's a little more barren, but it's still nice. I like the color of the grass in this biome, so I don't really mind. Let's take out this guy real quick. Let's see if we can level up from him. And boom, just like that, we took him out. Oh, okay. Boom, got rid of him. And how nice of him. I guess we'll just eat this guy straight up. Drop these and pick that up. Sweet. Got our first gem. But yeah, let's see. Why was I heading in this direction? Oh yeah, there was something up here. I was curious as to know what is up here. Any cows? If I could get 2 cows, we should be able to make a backpack. Let's see. Backpack. Yes, we actually have sophisticated storage in this one, which I prefer over the other one. That's just my opinion. I've just used it so much in so many different mod packs that when I don't see it, kind of feel a little disappointed. Interesting. I like it. Does not drop fruit. Where is this place? Yes. This. Ah. So it looks like it's just a rundown village. Which, it's alright. But one of the ideas we could run is recreate a village here, which would be a pretty fun little mini project, so I won't touch all this that much. My one question is, can we find some leather from these chests? I just want a backpack real quick. I'll take the iron. Lantern, can I equip it? Let's see, if I scroll down, nope. Over here, nope. I guess I'll keep it, but let's see. Leather backpack, nope. Ooh, decisions. I can't keep looting like this. Can I turn the zombie flesh into leather? Okay. And shoot. Okay. What about over here? Nope. Oh. Looks like there's a spawner over here with a sword. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage. I do want to mention that I do think the paladin class does allow me to set undead mobs on fire when I do attack them. So if you're curious as to why these guys were getting lit up like that, that's most likely the reason. Okay. No leather. But we do got carrots and we do got some pots. Okay. The only reason why I'm carrying these flowers is just because I kind of liked how they look, and on top of that, I was going to utilize them, or analyze them, I should say, just because I am thinking about making my own custom flowers in my mod pack. Damn it, okay, let's get out of here and then come back. So I was thinking about making my own custom flowers in my own mod pack, and like, I don't want to just retexture normal Minecraft flowers. I kind of want to make something different. So I only retextured two. I'm trying to draw inspiration slash see how the other biome developers came about to creating their own little flowers. And honestly, I've looked at the biomes we've gone and regions unexplored just because they're some of the bigger guys. I do know Biomes Plenty has some, but I haven't taken a look. And then here, there is Oh the Biomes Will Go, and that's some of the stuff that's available in their mod. So it's pretty nice to see how they came about to design it. Like, it's pretty awesome, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm also debating whether I want to do 2D cutout flowers that are just crossing each other just like this, whether I want to use like the plant variation, aka like whenever you grow wheat or any of those crops that they come in a 4x4 cross section instead of, or this is probably best to say is a cross, and the other one is like a box where it's like here, 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 and here. Or if I just want to go into Blockbench and develop my own 3D variation of the flowers, which could be interesting. It's just a little challenging, but wonder what you guys would think would be better for the crops. You guys think matching the normal Minecraft style would be the way to go, or should I try something new and try implementing my own 3D variations of these blocks? And it looks like there is a village over here, so double village? Question mark. I don't know. I see stuff here too, so double village. Sweet. Let's make our way over. It was southeast, so on that side. Then I'll probably have to go back all the way over here to go get all that loot. There was what, gold and emeralds in one of those chests. So yeah, that would be fun. One thing that I do like about this biome is you could probably find some random pumpkins and they'll turn into a villager or pillager, whatever they're called. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should I just, well, I'll probably make both variations of flowers that I do have in mind, and then I'll probably upload a video sometime soon regarding the biomes updates and the features and all the little things that I'm adding to my mod. I do have one biome pretty much complete. It's the one that I did showcase to you guys a while back. And now I am working on a few other ones. I did recreate my own desert. It's basically a desert just retextured. So don't expect too much there. I'm debating whether I want to add more stuff or modify it, but as of right now, I think it's alright the way it is. Besides that, I am also working on another biome just like before, where it is a somewhat mix of the plains and like a mini forest. Nah, it's There's probably like plains just with additional trees, which is it's all right. It's coming along. That's all I could say. There's some things that I'm working on, some things that I'm mixing, retexturing some things. So yeah, nice. So we do have ours, and it was cobblestone. Sweet. So I think we might actually live over here in the village with these guys for a while before we actually start building out our own place. But yeah, let's see, what do we have? Applied energistics? No, there's no applied energistics, but we have this stuff. Cool. Let's see, refined storage? No. Tom? Okay, we do have Toms. Okay, so we do have a sorter of sorts. Let's see, at create. So there is create as well. I'm just not sure if this will have the updated create stuff, which I do not think is here. Just doing a quick little looky. So we do have wand of symmetry. We have this stuff. Let's see, what about over here? We got valves. No, that'll look cool. And I don't see any of the new stuff. So, okay, so we do have old create in here. I like it. And let's hurry up and get to the village. Just so that we can see if one of the houses is big enough so we could throw down a couple chests and move into one of these residences. Okay, so this one's tiny. Okay, looks like they're all just mini little huts. I really do like the design of these. Kind of nice. Sweet. We do have some plants and we do have some source berries here. That's gonna be awesome. Getting into ours through here. And let's see. So we got this little area. Let's click on this, and just like that, we are at Reartrum? Reartrum? We'll just call it Reartrum. So Reartrum, that's the name of this village. Looks pretty nice. And looks like there is no little area. Oh. Seems like I am going to have to make my own little place and add it. And I think I like this little area where it just ends right here. I guess I'll make my own place right in that spot. So, just so I can remember, let's put some lighting down. Just so we can see what's going on around here. Let's throw down this. I really do like this design for the crafting table. Little bookshelves inside. It's pretty nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it just turns into normal chests. Appreciate that. And let's toss all this in here and then we'll organize this. So, I don't know if I talked about the classes and race and blessings that I did choose. So the class that I did choose was Paladin. How I said earlier, whenever we attack enemies at night, or undead mobs, I should say, we do get a bonus against them. Let's see, where'd that guy spawn? Okay, so we'll ignore that area for now. But yeah, we do get a bonus against them, so that's why they do get set on fire, and they do take some bonus damage. I do not remember the exact numbers, I apologize. But that's that. Let's see, in the nether we do get reduced... What the hell was that? In the nether we do get reduced movement speed. That's why I talked about the stuff earlier. And then... yeah, I think that's like the main points of it. I don't remember too much else, but what I can say is that for our blessing, I did choose Hephaestus, the forging god, you could say, of the Olympians. I did choose him. just because it allows our attacks to do 2% health damage per swing. So if we are fighting a boss or enemy with such high health, it'll be easier to chunk them down little by little. That's the reason why I chose that. Let's grab this guy so it's ready to pop in just a moment. Okay, sweet. Let's toss. Oh, I guess we can't cook this. Okay, nice to know. Sidetracked. But yeah, besides the blessing, oh, we get speed when we eat. Nice to know. Okay, so race was paladin, I think. Blessing was emphasis, and then our class or our tertiary trait or whatever it is was blacksmith. So we do get bonuses to our armor, and that's the reason why we are gonna start on this side, just because it automatically applies right away. And just like that, we are 2 skill points in, and of course we're gonna apply it here. As for the next point, I think I'm gonna go with damage first. I really like when I can do more damage, and with that upgrade, we should start working on the sword. So if we come over here, throw down some sticks, or that to get some sticks, and we do this, as you can see, our sword will have an additional damage, which is pretty nice, just because I don't think we can do anything about this until we complete our quest. So I'll take our boost, because this is 5 and now this is 7. Super nice. Okay, and it does have increased durability, which is also super nice. And yeah, I guess we can go over some of the stuff that is included. So we do have iron spells, simply swords, so basically the weapons from last season should be available. Let's take a quick look. I'm pretty sure there might be a couple sword. No, yeah, the sword is still here, which is very nice to see, as well as a ton others. This is going to be pretty cool going out and about trying to unlock all of those. Let's see. Now, I mentioned earlier, there's apotheosis. We do have ours. Looks like Alex is also here, and the biomes will go if... Okay, cool. Yeah, we could actually see the different biomes and items that are implemented through this book, which is super nice. And then there's Night Lid, which you make this great essence, and then you throw this into... Let's see if I could find it, because I do remember this. This was an interesting way of learning how to make stuff, but yeah. I'm pretty sure you craft the small essences into this great essence, and then you throw that essence into the chalice, and then this chalice, I forgot what it gives you, but it gives you, yes, this filled goblet. Or you make the goblet, yeah, you make the goblet, and then you right-click the great chalice, and you'll be able to get the little stuff needed to make some of this armor. So if you want to make the hollow armor set, so you can become Hollow Knight, you are going to need these ingredients, and then you could use the little goblet, and boom, just like that, you make your custom armor, which is pretty cool because there is quite a lot of armor in this. Let me just put this. I don't know why I'm freezing, but yeah, there is quite a lot of armor sets in Cisco, so it is pretty cool to just go and take a look at everything that's available. So if we come over here, as you can see, it just a ton of different armors. And I think one of the best armor sets that we should be trying to make in the early game would probably either be the heavy chestplate or the warrior, which is pretty nice. The warrior is solid. Only thing is, we are going to need leather armor with iron to be able to make this set. But as you can see, the armor is pretty nice, because if we come over here and look at normal iron, as you can see, we do get 6 armor. However, this one's not too far off with 1 less armor, but we do get armor toughness, which does help out quite a bit. And then if we just really wanted to go all in and farm a wee bit of iron, we could always just make the heavy armor set, which is cool because, like, as you can see, it does give you this effect, -5%. However, you can also oh my god, apply it with maybe bone leggings or boots just to help counteract a little bit of that negative speed. Or of course you could always just put some little lightning gems on your gear and then boom, all of a sudden you don't really care. Yeah, as you can see, there's tons of different chest plates with different features, so super cool. I highly recommend looking at all the armors just so that if you do want a certain armor set, you can get it, or certain bonuses, or maybe you like the way how one of them looks, so you just make it and you equip it. So yeah, it's super fun, super cool. Does this just stay permanent as long as I'm fed? That's pretty cool. Okay, so we have new food now. Let's see, we have a pickaxe. I think I should probably start mining just a little bit, but I do want to collect a few more things, so I think besides that, let's actually check out our quest book and this guy. When you do select either the warrior or the paladin, you are going to have a mission, and that is to fix your damaged gear. Like this one, for the paladin, it's the damaged Durandal, and to fix it, you do need to complete the Templar mission. And to do that, okay, we must find a librarian and learn his ways, for then he will grant you the ability to purchase a scroll needed to smith the sword back to its original form. And then, good luck. Yeah, so we are going to need to find a librarian, or we can always make a librarian here, and then he should be able to give us something to be able to fix this. Let's see. Yeah, because as long as we combine the Durandal with the scroll, we can always create the normal Durandal, which increases our attack damage, which is very nice. And then I'm pretty sure this can be turned into something else. Let's see. You press U on it. Is it over here? Okay, so no. We can always apply this whenever we want. Scrolls. Oh, I guess not. What was I thinking? I'm pretty sure it turns into something else after that. I may be confused. Yeah, let's check out what the tutorial has over here. So we have enigmas. I've never really dabbled in this mod at all. I don't understand what's going on much from the wiki. So if you guys actually understand this mod and know how it operates, let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate it, because yeah, I've never really understood it. But yeah, during the Age of Heroes, gods created powerful artifacts to aid mortals. However, the mortals gained such immense power that the gods became wary. A mysterious primordial deity known as the Dark One sacrificed a small portion of his immense power to lay a curse upon these artifacts so that only those willing to undergo great sacrifice may wield them. And just like that, we click this and we gain 1 wisdom scroll. I highly recommend just holding on to these, just because in the early game it's kind of easy leveling up. All you have to do is go around slaying mobs, get some XP, and then at some point you can just make an XP grinder. So I highly recommend saving these, just so when you're at the higher levels and you're like grinding like crazy to get some points, you can use these scrolls. Okay, next up is the Dark Trials. You possess the same dark power as I, which will one day allow you to wear my equipment. The Dark One fears that which stirs within you. Okay, I thought he was getting attacked by a zombie for a moment. Something fears that which stirs within you and will make your journey harder at certain points. So, the first trial. Begin at the start of your journey, increasing enemy cohesion, lethality, in addition, the possibility of a blood moon. Interesting. Trial 2. begins upon entering another dimension, further increasing the strength of enemies but also the rewards gained from defeating them. Trial 3 begins upon slaying the Ender Dragon, where enemies are even more merciless, granting the chance of elite enemies appearing. Cool. So it looks like there's a chance that there's a blood moon that may happen at some point. And then if we survive that, then the enemies are gonna increase a tier. So I'm guessing we get maybe, what, 30 Minecraft days before we hit a blood moon? And then everything's gonna get a little bit harder. And then if we go to the nether, that's usually when there might be a buff for our enemies. And then as you can see, slaying the dragon will also further increase them. Okay, next up is knowledge is power. So the world is a hostile place. Enemies increase in strength the further away from the world spawn you travel. Okay, I kind of figured. It is wise to explore areas close to your initial spawn to acquire loot before venturing out to face tougher enemies. Higher level enemies yield more experience, and at extreme levels will drop rare items. Cool. Then coin shop. Champion coins are a valuable resource gained from completing quests and other endgame activities. These coins can be traded in the Cisco's wares section of the quest book for valuable items to aid you in your journey, which is a pretty cool feature about this mod pack. I really enjoy it. And as you can see, there's all these different things that you can select to buy. How I said, I never really understood the enigmatic legacy mod, so I don't really utilize any of that stuff. However, if you do want to buy other stuff, all you need to do is collect some coins, and then you can buy some bright steel, which is used to unlock a new armor set. Over here you can get some netherite, which is interesting. But yeah, there's quite a few things available that you can always buy. So as long as you got some coins, you could do that. Coins are kinda hard to acquire at times, but sometimes also very easy. One of the best ways I like to do it is to find some dungeons and clear out the chests, because sometimes you could get like 2, if you're very lucky, maybe even 3 champion loot bags, and you could get some pretty good amount of coins from that. Okay, so let's come back over here. Increasing your strength. There are many ways to increase your strength, but the primary ways are the following. Your skill tree, of course, allows you to convert experience gained from killing monsters into skill points to spend on valuable passive bonuses, which is just pressing O will open up that thing from earlier. Gems, which is rare items which can be found all over the world at different qualities, and grant powerful bonuses when socketed into your gear. Most gear you obtain will not have sockets by default, and those will be needed to add, or geez, I don't know why my brain just farted right there, but yeah, those will need to be added at our forging table. So basically the same thing as Soul Ren. I don't know if you guys remember, we did have to reforge our gear to apply the traits so that we can add gems. And then enchantments, of course, it's apotheosis. We are going to need some pretty good enchantments to be able to do some pretty cool stuff. That's another one. And then over here, enemies. So you will encounter many powerful enemies throughout your journey. You should, however, be especially careful of these foes. Infernal enemies are creatures spontaneously empowered by magic from the fallen realm. This can occur at random to any hostile mob, granting them increased stats and special effects. These formidable foes can be spotted by the purple particles they emit. Dungeon masters are purple enemies who can often be found guarding chests in dungeons. In order to access these chests, they will need to be defeated. And then apothec bosses, which are powerful enemies who drop arcane loot when killed. A special sound and notification is given to a player when one spawns nearby, just like earlier when that uncommon dude spawned. And then over here, food diversity. Many origins, despite placing light restrictions on your diet, will allow you to eat a wide variety of prepared meals. Foods are granted a diversity score, and you will gain powerful buffs based on your total score. Be sure to try many different foods to increase your score. You're able to track your diversity score and foods eaten within the food book key or default key is period. Interesting. So that's why we got that speed. And just like that, we technically finished this. And now we can move on to the trials. So I guess I'll go over that real quick, and then I guess I'll take a small break to go ahead, gather some resources, go ahead and loot that other area from earlier. And then I guess I may add a little speed montage. Nah, we'll see. But yeah, diversity score. So we're at 2.69, and we ate steak, apples, and trout. So we will alternate between them once again, and we'll probably go pork chop, mutton, and then keep alternating between these guys. And let's make one more stone pickaxe, just because I do want to go mining and collect some iron. And just like that, we have 7 skulls for whenever we need it. Because right now, if we utilize it, of course, we get some nice bonuses. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the next iron sword we could make would have like 10, 11 damage, but I'd rather save it for when I may need it, when I may be struggling at some point. But for right now, since I'm not really struggling, there's no need. Is that a librarian? No, shepherd. Sad. Sad. Okay. So, I think I am going to run back over there, and loot those chests, and then I'll be back when I have done that. And then we'll go mine for a little bit, so I'll also find a cave, and then I guess I'll be back after that. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. You know what, I decided to bring you guys along with the looting journey. So far, I managed to get 2 different gems, a little bit of gold, and then 2 items that are uncommon. So, looks like in the near future, we may have some pretty useful stuff. Let's see what is up here. So, nice, just a nice little battle tower. I mean, kinda don't need that. I'll take the iron. I'll leave the flint just because I'm kind of filling up my inventory rather quickly with all this stuff. Sadly, I think I'm gonna have to leave the books behind. Maybe the wheat. So if I could do this real quick, make a little crafting table, toss that guy down, and then let's see, sweets, and yeah, I guess that'll do. And then we'll leave all the other stuff behind. Don't really need that, but nice to know if I do need that stuff, I could always come back over here. Let's make a couple more of these. I'm using these guys to indicate that I did visit this structure, just so that when I'm running around, I could kind of figure out where I've been, kind of hopefully save myself some time. Okay, I knew it, I heard something. We'll leave that wheat, we don't really need that. Boom. Candles. Almost forgot to grab it. And come here, guy. Come on. Damn. Kind of felt like he knew what he was doing right there. One question that I did have is leather. Can we craft it? So we have rotten leather, which is okay. So if we do collect some rotten flesh, we should be able to get some leather out of it. Okay. I don't know. I always check random structures. You never know if they might have a chest hidden away. You know, would be pretty nice. Let's grab this. Nothing here. Boom. I mean, I think this is like the one that we actually visited earlier. So we'll grab this and all the arrows, and then combine those two. Slightly stronger bow. Reason why I'm collecting the candles is because we can use it to increase the arcana whenever we do make our enchantment table. So we'll do this, and yes, this house. Let's get rid of these guys. Oh, as you can see, that fly was probably boosted supply. That's why it did drop some netherite scrap, which is super awesome. And just like that, we have a brand new bow, get some resources. Kinda don't need feathers, but at least I know where to find them. Leather will take that. I mean, flesh, not leather. Oh, all the pickaxes that I just made, kinda useless. Come over here, toss that on. Ends. Interesting. So it doesn't go over here? Down here? What's the point of it then? I thought it would go on. I'm confused. I knew it. There was gonna be something. There's bound to be something. Okay. Let's head up here and some more gold. Take that. Happily. Okay. At least I know where to find some flint if I ever need some so badly. Let's see. Technically, I do want it. I don't know why I have all that. Perfect. Let's see. Is there anything that I could leave for the seeds? Just because it'll speed up the process to make my farm. What can I leave? I guess another pickaxe. Kind of don't need it, but I have a feeling that I may need to leave those seeds and more behind. Okay, I think this is like the last structure here. What is that? It's a floating little thingy. Cool. Okay, in here, I mean, free armor. Can't complain. Take the coal. And then, yeah, just check what's in here. And then I will probably look for some cows, hunt them down, and then head back to base. So, just like that, we managed to loot all this. Then I'll be back in just a moment. See you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, so I think we are going to be nearing the end of the episode, just because a little bit that I do want to do offline is kind of go mining and probably start building something and setting up some sort of farm, just so that we can lay the foundation to have a good diversity score. Just because I did realize over here that there are the benefits on the side, and it tells you what you do unlock as long as you hit the threshold. So as I was looking over here, for hitting the threshold of 2, which is kind of basic and fairly easy to hit, you get speed 1, which is a nice little modifier, which is, I'm pretty sure every level speed gives you 20% speed. That's like the percentage increase of your base speed. Over here, the next threshold is 5, and we do get a max health increase. So basically 1 heart. And then if we come over here to the other items, you can have up to some pretty crazy stats, but that's like way down the line. The ones that I do hope that we can get is at least haste 1, which is just crossing a threshold of 7, which I'm basically at. The only other threshold that I may be interested in is probably hitting 15, just so that we could get some extra toughness with whatever armor we are wearing at that time, and then possibly later down in the future hit all these other ones. And then the way we can do that is, I'm pretty sure there's Farmer's Delight in this mod, so there's a variety of food that you can eat through there. And then let's see, cooking, nope. Slice of life? Life. Okay, spice of life. Let's see, does this add food? It does add a couple more items to eat and stock. So we have a few options when it comes to food, not to mention all the normal basic Minecraft foods. I'm pretty sure ours adds like 3 things. It's like a sweet berry treat, the fruit itself. I guess you could also consider the normal fruits, but where is it? Where is that berries? Yeah, this stuff right here. So we can make the source berry pie, as well as a source berry roll, and then eat the source berries themselves. So there's also that, and then create adds what, the honey stuff? Let's see. Yes, so we got the honeyed apple, the glazed berries, sweet roll, bar of chocolate, and then yeah. So we have a few extra things over here. So as long as we could get some farms going, start up a little like actual farm for the animals, we should be able to get all this rocking and rolling. So besides that, I did want to show off a little mine. Nothing fancy. I'm just basically showing you guys where I do plan on mining. I was looking for a little hill, and thankfully I did find one literally right here. So yeah, I did make a little hole all the way down here, and this leads to a nice little lush cave, which is super awesome. I remember I used a vein mine, and then all of a sudden some moss popped out. So I was very hopeful that we did hit one, and as you can see, we did. So when it comes to acquiring some andesite, some clay moss for some decoration, and finally reaching a layer where we can actually find quite a bit of ores, we have achieved it. As you can see, there is some iron spread out here and about, and then of course coal and copper. So next episode, when you guys do decide to join me and see what's going on, and I pop up with a wee bit of resources, just know I was down in the mines, working and grinding, doing my best, so that we can have some new equipment next episode. As for what I will be doing, I think next episode we'll probably do a little build montage, just because I feel like I should start off the series with a decent house that I make, and not living in the cave, just because I did live in the cave. And I don't know if you guys were or weren't upset by that in the beginning. Then I moved into an unfinished house. I don't think I've built a complete house since maybe... Damn, when did I make a complete house? I mean, Vault Hunters, we had a castle that was built and we kind of lived in it. Well, we technically had our stuff outside because I was using solar panels, but we did have something. Before that, Deceased-Craft, I think we just took over an area and then we built a place. I don't even remember. It's been so long since we last played Deceased-Craft. I'm pretty sure I built that place. Yeah, I built it, but jeez, I think that's like one of the last ones, because Vault Hunters, you have the castle, and then all the mods 10, you technically just live inside a huge hole. And then I was building a house, and then I stopped because I didn't feel like finishing building the house. And technically, we did beat it. I mean, I had everything. I just never really crafted all the mod star, which kind of my fault for not really doing that and just technically finishing the series. But I mean, it is what it is. I kind of was getting... Whoa, what are you, vampire? Okay, that's not cool. So they turn into a flying little head. Oh, what the hell? Goodness. Hey. I mean, I'll take it, but okay. Interesting. Interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I just... Ah, crap. Wrong thing, but... That's on me for not switching back and paying attention. Oh, well. But yeah, I think next episode I will surprise you guys with a certain thing that's been added in this mod pack, which might be pretty cool if we can get enough iron and utilize it for something. But yeah, I do think next episode we'll probably start it off with a little adventuring, a little sneak peek as to what else there is, and then a building montage, and then I guess it'll be a fun little thing. Just I do believe I'm gonna wrap it up here after I go over a little bit more stuff from the quest book, and I will probably go offline, go mining like crazy, set up a farm, and get resources ready to build our house. So let's head on over here and see what's next, or take a look at the quest books. So after the tutorial, we have the champion trials, which were already here. And then over here it says view the skill tree. So we can automatically come over here, grab some levels of XP and some scrolls. I'm not going to claim it just yet, but as you can see, if we were to utilize the scrolls right away, we would be at level 12. But I don't think that would be the smartest choice of action right now. Just because we aren't in a rush to beat the mod pack, we'll take our time grinding the levels out, how I said. Maybe later on down the line when we kind of want to just max out everything, we'll utilize all that stuff. And then when we come over here, looks like we should have just done the darn tutorial thing first and then just kept reading everything, because it looks like we do get ourselves a nice set of gear. I'm not going to claim the sword, there's no point. So the Orb of Origin is utilized so that you can change your stuff if you really don't like it. As for the ratatouille and bacon and eggs, I'll happily take that, as well as the armor set. So, new adventure. I sense a familiar power within you. You may be able to aid me in my quest to defeat the Fell King. Take these items and begin the journey to increase your strength. I will approach you when I feel you are ready. Ooh, so there's somebody out there who's supporting us. And then obtain iron. Iron is a key component in many recipes and is vital early on in your adventure. So then we could get some more XP, choice of apples or steak. Golden apples. Ooh, I'm pretty sure this is nice if you did choose to be one of the demigods, just because if I am correct, those classes are restricted to only eating food that is covered in gold. So it's either golden carrots or golden apples or enchanted golden apples. I don't know what other food is considered to be coated in gold, but yeah, if you're using one of those classes, make sure to do everything in the tutorial and then come over here and hurry up and get some iron one way or another so that you can claim yourself some food. Because yeah, you guys are crazy for choosing that. I mean, the stats are really strong. You will be a very strong character, but your restrictions can be pretty costly. So yeah, we'll take the stick, and then it looks like there's another skill point available, and then after that we have Adventure's Garments. So it looks like we gotta create the Adventure's armor to continue on with everything. So it's a pretty nice little introduction, gives you something and then tells you what to make next. And I mean, I think this armor might be as good as Diamond. I mean, it's a light step below, but let's check this out. Diamond, and if we hover over it, as you can see, the chestplate gives you 9 and 2. This one gives you 7 and 4. I don't know about you guys, but armor toughness is really good on armor. If I'm gonna be honest, armor toughness is kind of like resistance. It's like a % damage that you nullify before your armor gets applied. So I could be wrong, but that's for what I understand from it. So armor toughness is super good. So yeah, looks like this adventurous armor is probably something you are going to want, because look at that durability as well. 1200 compared to 528. That's a huge step. And you know what? That's probably why it gives you all those stats, so that you can increase your armor stuff, which I might have to use those points after all, which kind of sucks because then that means we are in a low level area and then that's gonna require us to move. So maybe we may not build a house. You know, this quest line is making me rethink some of my choices, which it isn't bad. It's just how far out do I want to move? Because it looks like each one of these quests is giving me at least one scroll. So let's say that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, 11. We had 12 back at base. So that's 23 levels. 24, 25. Okay, so 25 levels bare minimum. Okay, anything else I want to check out? Okay, so it looks like if we were to utilize all the wisdom scrolls acquired from here, the area that I should be moving to and actually building our first base should probably be like in a level 30 area. I don't want to say level 20 just because I am probably going to get quite a bit of XP doing things, and who knows how fast we'll actually level up. So, yeah, let's check out the rest of these just in case it wants to give me some free stuff, and it looks like it does. So over here, looks like tier 1, which is minimum level 25, random level bonus 1 to 10, no increase 2 levels per distance. What does this mean? What? So Deus Interfectorum. So I'm guessing this is like the level we are technically, since we just started and we really haven't went to another dimension. We're in tier 1, which looks like level 25 is probably a good level for us to maybe start venturing out and attacking these enemies. But with all those wisdom scrolls, I mean, we'll see. It says minimum level 25, which means if you're good at PvP or combat, 25 should be a pretty decent level. But going to the Nether requires level 50, or it says at least level 50, so it looks like the Nether will give us kind of a hard time. So yeah, looks like I may use the scrolls. Just we'll see. It's interesting, so it's a good thing that I did come over here to check this out. Okay, so what's next? So we have Traveler's Journey. Okay, so all the different dimensions. So yeah, I'd probably say if we're going to the Nether at level 50, then the Aether should probably be a very similar level. And then we also have the Twilight. That's also pretty nice. I know there's Blue Skies. I've never really dabbled too much in it. Or I think I did, it's just I hope that they've updated stuff. It's just I remember it was kind of boring, but it is really cool. Let's see. I don't want to. Yeah. And then we also have the Deep Dark. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like this will give me a free point as long as I make a Nature's Compass. So that's another one. So it looks like we could easily level up to that level 25 rather quickly. So maybe I'll use those points just so that when I do move to the level 30 area, we're not just automatically getting destroyed. So that's probably something I'll also do offline. Just venture out, hope I don't get destroyed, and find a spot that we may want to build our base. And then angler trophies, looks like catching fish, we can do stuff, and look at that. 10% chance, that's pretty cool. So it looks like here, compared to Soul Run, this does have a nice progression. I mean, Soul Rend kind of points you in the direction, but it doesn't have as many features as this does. But Soul Rend is rather new, so I'm pretty sure they'll update that and get that sorted. Okay, I don't know why I went over here. So that was Traveler's Journey and then Knighthood. If I'm correct, this is just like, oh, you should collect all the armors. So there's that. And then over here, Forbidden Magics. This is Iron Spell stuff. And then Cisco's Fate. So this is the story stuff. So, where does it start? So it looks like this guy. So Awakened Equilibrium. I inserted the gem and the blade lit up before me. Enemies hit with it were torched by dragonfire. And then it could turn into the Refined. Interesting. So how do we get into this? Cisco's Trial. I used the last portion of my power to teleport myself to the end dimension, averting impending doom. There, the Ender Dragon embraced me as her kin whilst I recuperated. I lack the power to defeat the Fell King alone, but perhaps you can. I wish to test your strength, and should you be able to defeat me, I will show you how to summon the Fell King so we can end him once and for all. Craft and use the Talisman of Challenge, and we shall begin your trial. Ah. So if I click on this, so we actually have stuff that we got to obtain. There's different ways that we got to go about this. So looks like we do have to go to the end, slay the Ender Dragon, and then when we slay the Ender Dragon, we gotta fight Cisco out in the end, and then he will teach us how to defeat the Fell King, which is super cool. So we do know what we want to do. We have some stuff over here to lead us in the right direction, to get proper gear, to get properly equipped for our journey. Over here in the tiers, it tells us what minimum levels we should be hitting so that we can go out and fight, which is pretty cool. And then I think this is just telling me like in the overworld that these 1 through 10 is like the variation the mobs can spawn depending on certain areas. So there's probably like a little area that's probably like, let's say 25, and then the lowest bonus that can be applied is like 10, or the max bonus could be 10. And I'm thinking is like in both directions. So like there's rare chances that something could spawn as a 35 or 15 in that 25. I could be wrong about this, but I mean, we are going to figure this out as we go. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. It kind of gives you like a little step by step as to which direction we should be going. And then it looks like there's quite a few more things that we can get ourselves into, which is pretty cool. I'll probably look into this and then see the proper order of things, just so that when I do talk about this next time, whenever I decide to bring all this up, I am more aware of how this all actually goes together. But besides that, this is really cool. And then it looks like we also have our little foundation area, which is just us building our own colony using Mine Colony, which I don't know if you guys ever used it, but Mine Colonies is it's an interesting mod. It's just very tedious, or that's what I'd say. It feels very tedious. Yeah, I just wish there was a way to like increase the speed of building stuff. That's like my only thing when it comes to mine colonies, because these guys, they do need a ton of resources. Then on top of that, it's just they take so long clearing out areas and building, especially since you kind of have to have like the area force loaded. Because if it's not force loaded, then they're not working because you got to be there. So yeah, we'll see if we, or better yet, let me know down in the comments whether you guys actually want me to dabble in mine colonies. I wouldn't mind putting a little bit of time into it. It's just, it is very tedious. It does take a lot of time. So yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think. If we should dabble in that, as well as letting me know whether you guys do want me to continue the Cisco series and or jump to a different mod pack. Just because I did say in the previous video that I am thinking about doing Cisco's and I will continue doing Cisco's until you guys tell me otherwise. However, I really enjoy it. I think it'll be pretty fun to play this mod pack out. However, if you guys do want me to do a different mod pack, just let me know down in the comments and I will look into it because I do know Stone Block is very popular right now since it is a rather newer mod pack or newer large mod pack that a lot of content creators are playing on. So I wouldn't mind hopping on that just because that one does look pretty cool as well. So yeah, if you guys also have any comments, questions, concerns, advice, suggestions, let me know down in the comments. How I said, there is a mod here that I've never really played, which was Enigmatic Legacy Soviet. So if you actually understand that mod and the progression lines and everything that is associated with, let me know down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to read that and shout you out. I might even add you to a sign and throw you up on one of the walls somewhere. We'll figure that out as we play. And or if you guys understand how the Cisco's mod pack works, let me know. I am more than down to learn from you guys just because that will help me out with this series. But yeah, with that guys, I am going to wrap up the episode here. I will go mining, I will collect resources, and I will scout an area where I do believe we should make ourselves a base. So, with that guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, that also helps. And if you guys are curious as to when I'll be uploading, make sure to hit that subscribe button, just because that'll help me help you, let you know when I have uploaded a video. Just make sure to hit that little bell. I don't know if that thing is automatically uh, enabled when you do subscribe or not. It's been a while since I've checked that feature out, so yeah. With that, guys, I had fun, and I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you guys are ready for next episode. With that, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.